Welcome back to our channel, Soap Fans. Today is an absolutely beautiful day to dive into the most explosive Forrester scandal of the decade. We have a massive, game-changing breakdown for you. So grab your favorite drink and let's get straight into the drama. The Mediterranean breeze is blowing through the open balcony doors of Monte Carlo, but inside Steffy Forrester Finnegan's luxury hotel suite, the atmosphere is absolute zero. She is a woman operating on pure, unadulterated adrenaline and visceral heartbreak. The tears of betrayal have stopped falling, instantly mutating into a feral, uncontrollable rage. Just hours ago, she was standing on the sun-drenched Monaco beach, looking into the eyes of the husband she loved, only to realize he was actively hiding a monster in the shadows. Sheila, the mother-in-law from hell. The woman who left her for dead in a filthy alleyway. Finn knew. He packed his mother's dark secret right alongside his sunscreen, and Steffy's answer was swift and brutal. She ripped off her wedding ring, hurled it directly at his chest with staggering force, and walked away without looking back. Now, she is frantically throwing designer clothes into her luggage, desperate to escape the principality and the suffocating weight of her husband's lies. But destiny has a wicked, twisted sense of humor. In her manic rush to pack and flee the Riviera, Steffy is about to stumble upon a catastrophic secret that makes Finn's lie of omission look like child's play. Steffy trips. Her designer heel catches the edge of a heavy, expensive leather suitcase resting near the armoire. It is not hers. It belongs to her father, Ridge Forrester, who is currently occupying another suite in the same hotel, busy trying to distract Brooke Logan Forrester with romance after Fanny Grayson's devastating perfume bombshell knocked Brooke completely sideways. The heavy suitcase hits the solid marble floor with a deafening thud. The impact pops the intricate brass latches open, sending custom-tailored shirts and expensive colognes spilling across the floor. Steffy curses under her breath, dropping to her knees to shove the items back inside. She wants absolutely no trace of her father's presence right now. She just wants to get to the airport. But as she reaches for a silk tie, her fingers brush against a hidden, reinforced zippered compartment deeply embedded in the lining of the luggage. It is uncharacteristically concealed. Ridge is a man who lives his life out loud. He does not hide things in secret compartments. Steffy's instincts, sharpened by years of ruthless corporate espionage and endless family warfare, instantly flare up. She pulls the zipper. Inside the dark lining rests a single, thick manila envelope. It is sealed with heavy, tamper-proof tape, looking completely alien and out of place among the couture wardrobe. The return address printed in the top left corner catches the Monaco sunlight filtering through the curtains. It is from a highly exclusive, private medical facility in Paris. The date stamped on the front is from years ago. Steffy's breath catches sharply in her throat. Paris. The city of lights, the city of high fashion, and the city where so many Forrester family secrets go to hide in the shadows. Why would Ridge carry a years-old medical file from France all the way across the Atlantic to Monaco? What is so incredibly important that he keeps it hidden in the lining of his luggage, away from prying eyes, away from his wife Brooke, away from his children? The adrenaline from the violent beach confrontation with Finn surges back into Steffy's veins, overriding her grief. She does not hesitate for a single second. She rips the envelope open, tearing the thick paper with her manicured nails. She pulls out a thick stack of clinical, official-looking documents. At first glance, it is just a chaotic mess of medical jargon, genetic markers, and laboratory stamps. But then, Steffy's dark eyes lock onto the names printed in bold, undeniable black ink at the bottom of the executive summary page. Subject A, Ridge Forrester. Subject B, Daphne Rose. Steffy freezes completely. Her heart slams against her ribs like a sledgehammer. Daphne Rose, the brilliant Parisian perfumer. The woman who moved across the world to Los Angeles. The woman who just married Carter Walton in a beautiful ceremony. The woman Steffy considers her absolute best friend. The woman whose bachelorette parties Steffy meticulously organized with so much love. Steffi's eyes dart to the final line of the clinical document, the conclusive, indisputable result of the genetic testing. Probability of paternity, 99.9%. The silence in the luxury hotel suite becomes deafening. The words blur together, but the truth is undeniable, staring up at her in stark, unforgiving black and white. Daphne Rose is Ridge Forrester's biological daughter. Steffy is holding absolute, scientific proof that her best friend is actually her half-sister. The room spins violently. The sheer magnitude of this revelation crashes over Steffy like a tidal wave, completely eclipsing the agonizing pain of her shattered marriage.
Richelieu.
The legendary patriarch of the Forrester family, the man who constantly preaches about loyalty, honesty, and family unity, has been hiding a secret daughter right under their noses for years. Steffy's brilliant mind races at 1,000,000 miles an hour, connecting the historicals with terrifying speed. Suddenly, everything makes perfect, sickening sense. Ridge's immediate and unwavering support for Daphne when she first arrived at Forrester Creations, the way he favored her fragrance designs, the way he aggressively pushed her career forward, the way he always looked at her with a strange, fierce, protective fondness that went far beyond a normal boss and employee dynamic. He knew. Ridge has known this entire time. He watched Daphne integrate into the company, watched her become Steffy's closest confidant, watched her fall deeply in love with Carter Walton, and he never said a single word to anyone. He carried this massive, life-altering secret in the dark, playing God with everyone's lives while demanding total transparency from his own children. The betrayal cuts deeper than a jagged knife. Steffy thinks about Daphne. Sweet, loyal, brilliant Daphne. Right now, back in Los Angeles, Daphne is living through the absolute darkest chapter of her entire life. Just weeks ago, she received a devastating, soul-crushing medical diagnosis from Dr. Lee Finnegan. Premature ovarian insufficiency. Early onset menopause. Daphne is infertile. She cannot conceive a child naturally. She is currently drowning in a sea of depression and despair, terrified that she cannot give Carter the family he has always dreamed of. Carter, the ultimate corporate fixer, is desperately vowing to help her, methodically researching fertility specialists and donor paths, attacking the medical crisis with everything his vast resources can buy. Daphne is completely broken, grieving the devastating loss of her biological future. And all the while, her biological past is a massive, calculated lie constructed by the man she calls her boss. Steffy feels a massive surge of fierce, protective anger for Daphne. Does Daphne know? Steffy looks closely at the medical documents again, scanning the fine print.
No.
The correspondence is addressed solely and exclusively to Ridge. The Parisian clinic sent the highly confidential results directly to him. Daphne is completely in the dark. She has absolutely no idea that Forrester blood runs through her veins. She has no idea that the genetic makeup currently causing her so much medical heartbreak is tied directly to the powerful Forrester dynasty. The sheer cruelty of Ridge's silence is staggering. He is watching his own flesh and blood suffer through a devastating medical crisis, and he is maintaining his professional distance, protecting his own reputation and his marriage over her fundamental right to know her own medical history and her own family. But the burning questions do not stop there. The rage inside Steffy begins to pivot, locking onto a new, highly volatile target. Brooke Logan Forrester. Does Brooke know? Steffy paces the hardwood floor of the suite, the DNA results clutched tightly in her trembling hand. Brooke is currently here in Monaco, leaning heavily on Ridge for romantic support after being humiliated by Katie Logan Spencer's international business maneuvers. Ridge is playing the devoted, loving husband, distracting his wounded wife with Mediterranean romance. But is Brooke an active accomplice to this massive deception, or is she just another clueless victim of Ridge's endless lies? If Brooke knows about Daphne, Steffy will absolutely destroy her without a second thought. The hypocrisy would be astronomical. Brooke, the woman who constantly judges the Forresters, the woman who demands total transparency and unyielding loyalty, secretly harboring the knowledge of Ridge's illegitimate Parisian daughter while smiling in Steffy's face. The very thought makes Steffy's blood boil with a feral intensity. But what if Brooke does not know? What if Ridge has kept this buried from his wife, as well to protect his fragile marriage? If that is the case, Steffy is currently holding a thermonuclear bomb that could instantly vaporize Ridge and Brooke's relationship the second it detonates. The power dynamic in Los Angeles has just shifted permanently on its axis. 10 minutes ago, Steffy was a heartbroken, traumatized wife, fleeing a ruined romantic vacation, a victim of Finn's lies and Sheila's toxic, inescapable orbit.
Now
She is the apex predator of the fashion world. She is holding the ultimate weapon. The tears of marital betrayal dry up instantly, replaced by a cold, calculating, predatory fire in her dark eyes. Steffy Forrester Finnegan does not cower. She does not retreat. She conquers. And right now, she holds the key to completely rewriting the Forrester family legacy and seizing absolute control of the board. Steffy carefully folds the crisp DNA results. She does not put them back in the hidden zippered compartment. She slides the heavy manila envelope into her own designer carry-on bag, zipping it shut with a definitive, sharp sound that echoes in the quiet room. This piece of paper is no longer a secret. It is an arsenal. She will not confront Ridge here in Monaco. She will not give him the home field advantage of a luxury hotel suite where he can spin his manipulative lies and control the narrative.
No.
She is going to take this bomb back to Los Angeles. She's going to bring it to the very heart of Forrester Creations and drop it when the collateral damage will be the most spectacular. Imagine the apocalyptic fallout. Carter Walton is currently moving heaven and earth to help his grieving wife. He is a man who values honesty and integrity above all else in the world. When Carter finds out that Ridge, his boss, his mentor, his supposed best friend, has been lying to Daphne about her true parentage, the COO of Forrester Creations might just burn the entire building down himself. Carter's loyalty to the Forresters has been severely tested before, but this is a betrayal of a completely different, unforgivable magnitude. Ridge has been watching Carter's wife suffer, knowing he is her father, and actively choosing to stay silent. Carter will never, ever forgive this level of deception. And what about Daphne herself? The psychological impact of this revelation will be catastrophic. She is already incredibly fragile, already questioning her worth as a woman and her future as a wife because of her infertility diagnosis. Finding out that her entire identity is a fabricated lie, that her best friend is actually her sister, that the legendary Ridge Forrester is her biological father, it could break her completely, or it could ignite a fire inside her that rivals Steffy's own legendary temper. Daphne Forrester. The name changes absolutely everything. The inheritance, the company's shares, the power structure of the entire fashion house. Hope Logan Spencer has been parading around, thinking she is the future of fashion. What happens when Ridge's actual biological daughter steps up to claim her rightful birthright? Steffy aggressively zips her luggage. She grabs her oversized sunglasses and slides them over her eyes, masking the dangerous, predatory gleam within them. The Monaco business trip is over. The romantic reunion is completely dead. The marriage to Finn is hanging by a single, frayed thread that is about to snap. But Steffy is no longer focused on the sandy beach, or the discarded wedding ring, or the psychotic mother-in-law lurking in the bushes. She is focused on the throne. She is focused on the reckoning that is about to hit Los Angeles like a Category 5 hurricane. She walks out of the hotel suite, the wheels of her suitcase gliding smoothly over the marble floor. Every single step she takes toward the airport is a step toward total, unmitigated warfare.
She has the DNA test.
She has the absolute truth. And she has the unyielding determination to use it to her maximum advantage. Ridge Forrester thought he could bury his messy past in a hidden zipper. He thought he could play the benevolent, righteous patriarch while hiding a secret daughter in the shadows. He is about to learn, in the most painful way possible, that you cannot hide anything from Steffy Forrester Finnegan. When that private Forrester jet touches down at LAX, the family will never be the same again. The battle lines are officially drawn. The weapon is loaded and the safety is off. Steffy is coming home, and she is bringing the apocalypse with her. Will she use the DNA test to mercilessly blackmail Ridge into giving her total, uncontested control of the company? Will she drop the bombshell in the middle of a crowded board meeting, exposing his hypocrisy in front of Brooke and Carter? Or will she take Daphne aside privately and build a new, unstoppable sisterly alliance to crush the Logans once and for all? The stakes have never been higher in the history of the show. The drama has never been more intense. The bloodlines are crossing, the dark secrets are spilling, and the collateral damage is going to be absolutely spectacular to witness. Ridge has been playing checkers, but Steffy is about to violently flip the entire chessboard. Los Angeles is completely unprepared for the storm that is currently flying across the Atlantic Ocean. The countdown to destruction has officially begun, and no one will be spared from the fallout. Will Steffy use this explosive DNA secret to destroy Ridge and Brooke, or will this revelation tear the Forrester family apart forever? Sound off with your theories below, and subscribe for our next breakdown.